Hi everybody, back with another Steam Deck video, and in this one we're going to be looking at Hogwarts Legacy, and we'll be trying to kind of answer the question, how does it play on the Steam Deck? You know, does it look good? Does it feel good? Does it transfer well to this kind of form factor? Remember, this is the PC version of Hogwarts Legacy as well. And then, you know, is it a good game to have in general as well? Also, I guess because there's probably some very, very big fans of Hogwarts Legacy. One of the questions I might discuss is if you're a really big fan of Hogwarts Legacy on, say, your PlayStation or your Xbox, is it worth buying a Steam Deck, you know, to play, you know, on the go and in a mobile situation? This may well be one of the few sort of situations where that could be applicable if you're a massive fan of this game and you want, you know, a mobile version of it. I tend to recommend that if you want to get into PC gaming, the Steam Deck isn't the first step I think you should take. I think if you've got an Xbox or a PlayStation, or maybe you haven't got any of that and you're thinking, right, I want to get into PC gaming, I think you're better off getting a proper PC desktop or a proper PC laptop first, because there would be running Windows, and most PC games, well, the majority of PC games like running on Windows, and you don't have the limitations that the Steam Deck has, which is that it runs on Linux, which means that quite a few very, very popular games won't run because the anti-cheat in those particular games doesn't like Linux, only likes Windows. You don't have that. And then the Steam Deck is like an accessory that you get after the fact, you know, to play those games on the go. But actually, with Hogwarts Legacy, I might well say, actually, if you really like Hogwarts Legacy and you want a mobile way of playing it, then this may be, you know, one of the rare reasons when it's worth spending the money. Now, it's a lot of money to buy one of these guys. This is the 512 gigabyte OLED model, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, this was my game of the year 2023. Even though this sort of game isn't really my cup of tea, you know, wizards and sorcery and Harry Potter. I'm too old really to have. I didn't grow up with Harry Potter. I grew up reading the books to my kids. But when I saw the gameplay footage of Hogwarts Legacy in the run up to its release, I was intrigued because it looked so damn good, and it does look so damn good. I mean, the first time that you jump on if I can remember how to fly, first time that you jump on a broomstick and you fly around the outside of Hogwarts, it's magical, to be honest. And there's lots of magical moments in this game where you'll be like, oh my gosh, how on earth did they make this into a video game? The combat is really nice. But I'll tell you what, let's see if we remember how to jump off. Let's see if we can change from night to day. See if I remember how to do this. I haven't played this for a long time. Wait. Right, let's see what happens, just so you get a bit better view. The problem is, I think I'm playing in... Okay, so this is definitely nighttime. Look how beautiful that looks. I think because I'm playing in the autumn or spring, the weather's quite cloudy and rainy. But yeah, the first time you do this and you fly around Hogwarts, you're just like, this is amazing. The graphics in this game are better than the films. If you go back and watch the films, the CGI is nowhere near as good as this. I mean, the film's pretty old now, aren't they? But this looks absolutely magical. And there's lots of magical moments in this as well. Now, Hogwarts Legacy is set before, like 100 years before the films. It's kind of set in the Victorian era. So you don't meet any of the characters that you would have met in the films, which I think is an interesting way of going around it. Let's go into Hogwarts itself now. And it is a fabulous game. It really is. It's kind of a light RPG with kind of a main story that you follow and dozens of side quests, and you kind of level up your character, and you get different clothes, different spells. Really is very, very cool and very, very good indeed. Now, as far as performance goes on the Steam Deck, it's very, very nice. Let's have a look at the settings that I've got in, just so you can see. which one is it? So yeah, so we got medium settings here, and I've turned on FSR2 balanced. So what you find is with the Steam Deck, if you haven't got one, is that because the screen is so small, it's only 7.4 inches, I think, the OLED, 7 inches on the LCD, and it's only 800p, so it's 1280 by 800 pixels. But those pixels are very densely squished together. When you play games on medium and low, they're perfectly acceptable to play, and they look really, really nice. And if you look in the top left-hand corner, you can see the performance we're kind of getting is, well, we're getting sort of between 30 and 50 frames a second, depending on what's going on screen. Now, if you knock this down to low, you could improve that a little bit. And if we change the FSR to say performance as well, we would get more frames out of it that way. And the way that the game does that is with FSR, it basically renders the game. The in-game engine renders it at slightly less resolution, and then the FSR algorithm from AMD then upscales it so you can get better performance that way. One of the things I think you should do, though, actually, with the... Oh, here we go. Look at me, look. The loading times are really good as well. One of the things I think you should do sometimes is, once you're in a game and you've set the settings up to roughly what you think they are, turn off the display. Turn off the frames per second so you're not worried about it. It's pretty smooth. Again, I think one of the things that I like on games where they can't kind of stick at 60 frames a second or stick at 50 is, I think motion blur helps, because that gets rid of the jerkiness around, and you do get some frame drops in Hogwarts Legacy as you're moving around from some of the more busy areas to the others. But I mean, if you look at the sheer size of this environment that's loading in, we're getting a bit of popping, aren't we, with textures and things. And the draw distance that we can see in the distance, I don't know whether you see that very well, is absolutely fantastic. And yet, you can very quickly go into one of the interiors. Ooh. And I would say as well is, I am not a Harry Potter fan. I didn't buy this game because I'm a fan of Harry Potter. Ooh, that's not an interior, is it? No, you can't jump over things. I bought it because I thought it looked fantastic. What did it for me was there were some dev videos where they were flying around on their broomsticks around the kind of the outside area, and I was just like, that looks absolutely stunning. Let's go in here. Yeah, and then you go from outside to inside, and you've got these beautiful interiors. And the atmosphere, oh right, okay, so we're in the Great Hall. I mean, just look at it. It looks so good. It looks so good. So, does Hogwarts Legacy run well on the Steam Deck? Absolutely. It looks good. It sounds good. The controls are intuitive. Again, this is a case of where the dev was really concentrating on console as well, probably mainly console, and so the Steam Deck controls work perfectly. And if you're a 60 frames per second person, okay, it's probably going to struggle a bit. You're looking between 30 and 60. You may well even want to lock it at 30 or lock it at 40 with like FSR ultra performance on, if you really want that. And as far as, so it runs well on the deck. And as far as, is this a good game to play? Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is fantastic. Even if you're not a fan of Harry Potter, even if you've never heard of Harry Potter, this is just a damn good video game that will keep you occupied. I think I've got about 90 hours in this game, because I'm not particularly good at video games, and so it takes me a lot longer to do things than other people. And I finished the game, did a fair proportion of the side quests, but not all of them, and so I've probably got another 30 or 40 hours to go if I wanted to complete the game as well. So there we go. Hogwarts Legacy runs very, very nicely on the Steam Deck and is a great game to play. if you've got a Steam Deck and you see this game in the sale, I would say definitely pick it up. And if you're a massive fan of the game and you've got the spare cash and you would really like a mobile version of it, this might be one of those rare cases where it's worth getting a Steam Deck for, because it is so magical. As long as you're a little bit techie and don't mind delving into other things. And the reason why I say that is because the problem with the Steam Deck is that it is Linux based. And so there's lots of games that won't run on it anyway, full stop. But there's other games that you have to do other stuff with to get running. So that's a problem. And the problem with the Windows handhelds is that they have to use Windows. And at the time of recording this video, Microsoft hasn't produced a mobile, small screen friendly version of Windows that could compete with SteamOS. Because the beauty of SteamOS is it's designed to work on this small screen. So there we go. Hogwarts Legacy runs great, fantastic game. Yeah, get it. Anyway, what do you think? Put your questions and comments there below, and of course, I'll see you again soon.